On today's Toy Spot, we're going to be looking at the DC Universe Infinite Crisis 3-pack featuring Black Adam, Shazam, and Mary Batson. And actually, it's Black Adam, Captain Marvel, and Mary Batson, but I'm sure, who knows, maybe because of legal issues, they probably still had to use the name Shazam. Kind of like what they've done, they've put Shazam on the DC Universe Classics figure as well. This comes to us from a 3-pack, it says 3-pack 11, An Army of Heroes Within Your Grasp. And for those who have actually watched my review of the DC Universe Batman and Superman from the Infinite Heroes line, I originally commented that it was a line I was likely to continue picking up. And the honest truth is, aside really from this 3-pack, I haven't picked up any. I haven't picked up any. It just so happened that I was at a local place called Liquidation World, and they were clearing this out for $11.88. I believe they're normally around $15, $16. So I saw it, I debated it, and then I finally picked them up. And no doubt, I'm sure I'm going to regret it. But before we actually look at the figures, we'll look at the quick package here. Again, we've got the hand, the very neat hand in the background, which I always do like about the Infinite Heroes figures. On the back here, it says the monitor files. There are beings called monitors that watch and observe every single individual and event in the DC Infinite Heroes, or DC Universe Infinite Heroes. The other figures in this, I guess in this line, or in this wave, we've got Lex Luthor and the Lex Corp troopers. There's two different troopers here. Well, they're two troopers with Luthor. They look to be the exact same trooper. We've got the Golden Age Flash. We got Weather Wizard and Mirror Master. Getting tongue-tied here. We've also got Bizarro, Wonder Girl, and Supergirl. And then finally the 3-pack that I've got here, the Black Adam, Shazam, and Mary Batson. Interesting to note that they've given us little stat charts here, but they haven't really given us any bios, surprisingly enough. Like codename Black Adam, identity Teth Adam, status villain, special abilities great strength, speed, and wisdom. Codename Shazam, identity Billy Batson, status hero, special abilities world's mightiest mortal, flight, strength, wisdom, stamina, courage, and power. And then finally we've got Mary Batson, identity Mary Batson. She's just really not trying, is she? Status hero, special abilities sharing the power of Shazam, flight, strength, wisdom, stamina, courage, and power. And again, grab them all. So there's the packaging on the 3 figures here. Will we be as disappointed this time around? Because I know a lot of you guys did not like Infinite Hero figures. What we're going to do though is we'll open this up, and I'll see if maybe we can change our minds. Change our minds on it. So stay tuned, guys. There's much more to come. Alright, before we actually look at the figures, just to give you guys a better look at the hand package that they come with. I would almost go as far as to say this is the most exciting part of the 3-pack of figures here, is this hand. Ooh, that doesn't spell for a good review, does it? Okay, so now that we've got these out, let's have a look at the figures. What we'll do is maybe we'll start with Black Adam here. And Mary Batson. Oh, see, everybody's falling apart here. Okay, you know what, we'll just lie them down here. Not bad detail on Black Adam. As you can see, it doesn't look as though... One thing I commented with the Superman was I believe I even said baseball glove size hands. And it looks like they have not fixed that problem at all. Look at the size of these hands. Look at them. His hands, if I put them up, his hands are about the size of his head. Give or take, they're about the size of his head. Way too large, if you ask me. Way too large. The detailing's not bad. The paint's not so bad. There's a couple of splotches of yellow that's just kind of blobbed there, but overall it's not bad though. It's not bad. In the way of his articulation, he has the ball jointed arms. He has the jointed elbow. You can rotate. No, you can't. You can't rotate the wrist. I thought you could. You can rotate the waist though, and you can bend the head. You can move the head back and forth. It's not on a ball joint though. It's only on a. It's just on a swivel joint, which is really strange. But you can bend the legs back and forth. You can bend the knee, and that is it. That is it. So there you have Black Adam. You can almost tell that I'm not really enjoying these figures very well. You know what? We'll save Captain Marvel for the end here. We'll look at Mary Batson. Ooh, I don't know if you're gonna see that, but the face is rough. She's got a big blob of paint right above her eye. It looks like she's got a her face is disfigured. She has a nice cape, but it's just a big solid piece of plastic, which actually, if you notice inside, I don't even know if you can see that, it says trademark and copyright DC Comics, China. It says SO9 China. Interesting place to really put the copyright and everything else. In the way of her articulation, she has, I want to say, yeah, there we go. She has articulation in the head, although you're not going to move it much just because of the way the hair is. She has articulated arms, and unlike the men, because the arms are so small, she has no articulation in the elbows. But the arms still... No, I don't believe it. They actually don't even have a ball joint in the shoulder, unlike the men. So she basically just can move her arm back and forth. That's all she can do. She can rotate at the waist, or mid-torso. She can bend at the leg, she can bend at the knee, and that is it. Very disappointing. The color is very bland. It's one of the outfits I know she's worn, but a very bland looking figure. But there you have Mary Batson. We'll put her down here. And finally, I think we'll look at probably the strongest character or figure in this 3-pack. We'll look at Captain Marvel here. The face isn't bad. Kind of looks like he's Asian though. Look at the size of those eyebrows. Again, he suffers from big hand syndrome. So he's got these huge oven mitt size hands. The paint's not bad. The gold isn't so bad. Although I've got, if you can see that, I've got a big smear of, it looks like yellow or something on his cape. He has ball jointed shoulders, so you can get range movement with the shoulders. You can move his arms back and forth, left and right, in and out. You can bend the elbows. Hey, you can rotate the waist. Well, it's a little stiff. You can bend the legs and bend the knees. All right, so overall impression of these figures. You know, I've seen these at Walmart, not necessarily this 3-pack. I've seen these 3-packs at Toys R Us, but I've seen these single packaged figures now, and they seem to be clearing these out now at Walmart. They had a whole slew of them. Granted, most of them seem to be the figures that nobody wanted. There was like the Manhunter, I believe there was an OMAC, there was like Golden Age Flash, there might have even been Sinestro. But they were clearing them out at like $2. They were $1.99. I think they were like $2.99, $1.99, and I kept passing on them. I finally picked up this set, and I can almost see why I passed on these figures initially. A very, very weak figures. I mean, they almost look like something you would get out of a vending machine. And you know, it pains me to say that, because when I originally picked up the Superman, although the hands I think bothered me, I think overall the figures weren't so bad. They weren't too bad. The Batman was decent as well, and I really thought it might have been a line I was going to pick up. Having now gotten these figures, I don't know. I'm more likely now to pass on getting any more of these. I think probably the stronger waves of the two was probably the Marvel Universe figures. Though I'm really not sold on these 3-inch scale figures. I would almost say the Marvel Universe figures, though, are stronger figures to get. I'd say these figures are almost a pass unless you can see them, unless you find them cheap somewhere and you really want like a Captain Marvel, for example, or a Black Adam, or on the lesser end of it, a Mary Batson. But I'd give these figures, I'd probably give them about a 4 out of 10. Not really worth picking up, again, unless you can find them cheap somewhere. But that was a toy spot on the DC Infinite Heroes, DC Infinite Heroes, which I believe I actually said wrong at the beginning of the review. But the DC Infinite Heroes, we were looking at the 3-pack featuring Black Adam, we were looking at Shazam or Captain Marvel, and we were looking at Mary Batson. A very passable wave. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.